folks, greetings, and thanks for joining us for another edition of the Food for the Heart and Nourishment for the Soul Sabbath School Lesson Series. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm here in the studio instead of outside in the beautiful fall weather. Unfortunately, we've had a couple of setbacks in our production of these Sabbath School lessons for the remainder of October. In the past, whenever one of our teachers was unavailable for a week or two, we just adjusted with two teachers and carried on. This was going to be the case as Harold Green was going to be involved on 5 evenings each week with the Westminster Seventh-day Adventist Church's month-long Forecasting Hope Prophecy seminars. We were gearing up to handle his absence when Rudy Beta Jr., the judge, underwent what was supposed to be a routine medical procedure that developed into a more complicated situation requiring a longer period of recuperation. The disruption in our classes is disappointing. Now, whenever we experience disappointment, we look to God for understanding. Romans 8:28 tells us, and we know that all things work together for good to those who love God, to those who are called according to his purpose. We're not going to disappear completely. God willing, we will post weekly Sabbath school lesson introductions via video trailers until we can once again bring the entire lesson studies to you. In the meantime, please pray for the success with our prophecy seminars and for a full and rapid recovery for Rudy. Thanks to all of you for your patience and prayers. Now, our trailers this week will give you a glimpse of the Westminster Seventh-day Adventist Church's 13th annual men's ministry picnic that was held on September 17, 2022 at Piney Run Lake Park in Sykesville, Maryland. I hope you enjoy it. The memory text this week is Romans 5:12, the New King James Version. Therefore, just as through one man sin entered the world, and death through the sin, and thus death spread to all men because all sinned. Following thoughts come to us from the Sabbath afternoon Sabbath school lesson. Christ was the divine agent through whom God brought the universe and the world into existence. John 1:1-3 and verse 10, Colossians 1:16, and Hebrews 1:2. But when God the Father conferred special honor on Christ and announced that they together would create this world, we are told in the story of redemption, page 14, that Lucifer was envious and jealous of Jesus Christ and plotted against him. Page 27 tells us, having been cast out of heaven, Satan decided to destroy the happiness of Adam and Eve on earth and thereby cause grief in heaven. He imagined that if he could in any way beguile them, Adam and Eve, to disobedience, God would make some provision whereby they might be pardoned, and then himself and all the fallen angels would be in a fair way to share with them of God's mercy. Fully aware of Satan's strategy, God warned Adam and Eve not to expose themselves to temptation in Genesis 2:16 and 17. This means that even when the world was still perfect and blameless, there were already clear restrictions for human beings to obey. Now, this week, we will reflect on the fall of Adam and Eve and on how sin and death took over our world and how God planted a seed of hope for humanity even back in Eden. God bless you in your studies this week.